Hi everyone, this is Shanmugapriya Rajashekharan from Informatica Global Customer Support Team. In this video, we will see how to execute SQL Server Stored Procedure in Dash Service Connector from Cloud Application Integration. As you all aware, one can create a data access service connector on a secure agent to access data directly from any database. So one can use the Dash service connector to connect to the following databases: Databricks, IBM DB2, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, and Snowflake. So the agenda of the video is to discuss on the below points: how to execute the stored procedure in Dash service connector, and also how to fetch the output values when you execute the stored procedure in Dash service connector. If you see here, this is my stored procedure which has room type and room count as an input value, and we are just selecting room ID, name and type from rooms table. So I am trying to execute the stored procedure using the below command in dbeaver, and I am able to get the related output values. Let's see how to execute the same stored procedure from Informatica Dash Service Connector. One can create a data access service connector by clicking on the new asset data access service connector using form. So once you click the create button, you have to define the JDBC driver name, connection URL, username, password and schema if required. So one has to place the related database driver in the apps process engine ext folder and restart the secure agent before one creates the Dash service connector. So I have defined a connection, an action called get, and I have added a couple of input variables to execute the stored procedure, which are necessary to execute my stored procedure, like input 1 and input 2. And to execute the stored procedure, one needs to go to the SQL binding tab and click on this plus symbol, and here you can define the syntax, like how you need to execute the stored procedure. So here I have passed an input 1 and input 2 in the input section, and I am calling this by using the syntax dollar input 1 within the curly braces. And the another thing to note here is, like here the type should be changed to stored procedure instead of data manipulation. So here I am not defining any output variables, as I just wanted to execute the stored procedure. So I am giving create here, and in the test results I am running on my own secure agent. So here, if the stored procedure execution got completed successfully, then you will get an output like a result was generated for update. So now we can see how we can get the values of the output fields when you execute the stored procedure from Dash service connector. For that, you have to explicitly define the output field names while creating the stored procedure. For example, consider the stored procedure. I have explicitly defined output field 1 and field 2 as an output variable here. So this is how I am executing the my stored procedure from the SQL Server database, and I am able to get the values for both the output fields. Let's see how to execute this from Informatica Dash Service Connector. To execute the shown stored procedure, I am defining two input values, value 1 and value 2, and I am assigning the values here. So in the SQL binding, I am declaring the type as stored procedure and executing the stored procedure by using this syntax. So basically my stored procedure had input field and field 1 and field 2 as input fields, and output field 1 and output field 2 as output fields. So I am assigning question mark value to both the output fields and assigning the value 1 and value 2, which I declared as input in the input sections tab of this Dash service connector here. So I am adding like two output fields here, output and output 1. So you can just give create here. In the test results, I am running the stored procedure on this particular secure agent to get the results. So if you see here, my output is 108 and 203. So this is how we can get the output values when you define output variables explicitly, like while creating the stored procedure itself. So one must note here, if you give select star from instead of explicitly defining the output fields in the stored procedures, then we will not be able to get the output fields in the dash service connector. This is already into consideration, and there is a feature request in place to get the result set, even though if you don't define a output variable as explicitly in the stored procedure. One can refer these articles to create the dash service connector and also to execute the stored procedures. We would love to hear from you on the below links. If you have any feedback, you can share them on the below links, or if you need any more assistance, you can create a technical case to GCS support team. Thank you.